Rangers, my name is Nash, and welcome back to my Legacy Wars, or technically, kind of, a Power Rangers Legacy Wars video. Today, we're going to be doing a bit of a bug review of Mesogog. For the next few 16 matches, we're going to be seeing just what Mesogog got up to in the last while, against specifically Orion and maybe some others. So, let's just begin. For this one, the first match, yeah, you can already tell it's an Orion. But first of all, this is actually the exact first match I did with this team. I was lucky enough to run into the Orion. So now I basically have one job. Actually utilize it. As you can tell, I already made the first mistake in this one, and that's dash away into my corner. When his weakness is when you're not in it. And then I found that too early. In this case though, he really shouldn't have been launched just yet, so it was just a questionable part of how he managed to be that late. In this case, do not have a breaker or a breaker assist this time. Could have probably stopped it with Sonic Brain Blast, but that didn't work. Anyway, that's another block, yeah. Basically got block spam. For that, I missed. Really didn't help me at all. I get staggered. Probably could have actually maybe pressed the strike if I was fast enough. They don't dash, but yeah. My attack is fast enough. But in this case, everything's edited already. I'm just commentating over it. So, on to the next match. This time it's another Orion with double block assist. This one suffers a decent amount because, how should I put this? By having the ability to just press a breaker assist and beat everything, I stagger out. Even if I press anything else, that just happens. They kick it, and I just stand in their face. Block that, and V2. Probably could have done a focus strike, but in this case, didn't do it. Rancing. Yeah, Sonic Brain Blast. I'm keeping the strike, main reason. And there, I just get staggered out of the range. Thing is, though, with this one, I do end up almost throwing it, at the same time not. Anyway, this one doesn't get stopped. I ended up dashing, and he gets a full, massive combo from this. Dash in. I don't end up getting the ability to block for some reason, and then they land that. But that doesn't stop them from apparently taking a bit of a risky move right as soon as I land. They think the strike will work. I block it right after using a breaker assist. And now we got a Vengeance. With this, how should I put it? I'm gonna fight this guy 4 times. And it's not gonna end well for him for a majority of them. Anyway, he's gonna kick V2 and nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, and then be aware the next time he uses Sarah, there might be a big FPS drop. I noticed that in the editing. Right there. Anyway, that's fixed. Now, it's not going to happen again. I've reviewed what I need to. Basically put, anything that staggers, that hits a breaker assist, I will just stand right there. And then I can just press a strike. In this case, you can block that and have no energy remaining. Now, he's going to try and stump. And there's the Rancing. And a crit, just to insult him. He tries to kick me again, and he gets hit by V2. Yeah, there are a lot of things that can happen. And now it's a Psycho Pick. And in this case, you do not get to just do that. Instead, they try to hit me, I punch them, and they attempt to block, but I break them. We do it with a regular combo, and they're gonna land double Psycho Storm right here. But they do miss the first hit. So in that case, it still works. Still, they're running only blocks. And majority of the fight is just me getting them low enough so that they can activate the super. There we go. But I didn't stand next to them, so they end up missing. I'm gonna have to remove the block, but they kick me. They get the one combo that they could only get. Block that strike. Now they're gonna dash in. They move the rage destination, but I'm gonna use V2. Since they're invincible, I can't actually do anything there. Probably could dodge, but at the same time, no point. They're gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna respond with V2. I'm gonna punch them, but invincible once more. But they use a block, so V2 finishes them off this time. Yes, that's 3 V2s in a row. Anyway, match number 2 against the guy named Hunter. This was the Vengex from before. And there it goes. Let's see, be aware, just always remember what his name. And be aware just what will happen. Though one thing is, this match doesn't go exactly as planned. I get a block in my assist slot, and I have to remove it. However, I can just press the assist once again. They don't actually have threatening assists to the point that I'm forced to use something else. And there's a Mesogog's, Mesogog Rage. Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, dodge this one. Projectiles will go invisible because of visual bugs. I get hit by the strike, but as you can tell, that's mainly what will happen. Anyway, pay attention to my slots. This doesn't let me, because of bad recovery, I can't actually instantly press the card, even though it lit up. And then they get a double, and... Never mind, I did not notice that bad visual effect appear, but I guess that's gonna happen. Anyway, match number 3 now against him. It's not gonna go as he expects it this time. In fact, what's it gonna be? Interrupted. Yeah, block needs to be removed, but they kick me. I'm gonna try to remove it right as soon as I can. Anyway, nope! You don't get to land that. They can press all they want, but I can just dodge it and interrupt them. They get kicked, simply because they couldn't kick me. Anyway, they have nothing. They have no choice. And they used basically all they had left. Still, one thing will happen. They don't dodge. I combo. And let's see. Breaker! Get stopped. And as you can tell, invincible. Even if I wanted to interrupt it as soon as possible, they are invincible. Yeah, nope. Super. There we go. And with that, they're gonna try and take a bit of a risk. Was it worth it though? Yeah, they're not gonna get a chance to take a risk. They're just gonna punch. That's all. And final match. Now this, or final match with this guy. There's a lot more still. But this guy specifically. Pay attention to his actions, of what he does. The one thing that matters. Anyway, yeah, interrupting a breaker doesn't really do anything. That's the only thing. You just need a block still. I was dashing, but it's Mesogog, so I just didn't press anything. Anyway, you don't get to do anything yet. I dashed, and they don't respond either. Yeah, that's the mind games that he's expecting something to happen. Anyway, watch this little thing. He expected me to counter. He cancelled it. I got into his head that badly. To the point that he thought that he would whiff the attack and was ready for it. He wasn't ready for me to just not do anything. Anyway, kicked. And now he's gonna have to try to do something. So instead he uses dagger on. Gets punched again. He uses all his energy and gets, well, punched out again. I did actually think I was going to do enough damage, so that's why I didn't end up dashing. Now, another Orion. We can see we're fighting a lot of them. Thing is, though, I believe, technically, we win more than we lose. And yeah, this was more of an Orion assist spammer for some reason. Either he knows of it, or he just doesn't, or he just doesn't use Orion, and instead he just wanted to use the assist. Anyway, he gets punched, once again. And with that, you can see the health is quite low already. Dodged. And then a very special cancel. I used an assist in their face, resulting in not staggering away, getting even closer, and then punching them. Anyway, I want to do the thing one more time, but they rarely weren't pressing anything other than their assist. So, B2 gets knocked them out. And now we have a Dane. Sadly, this was just more of a situation of putting as much pressure as possible by just doing that. I don't actually get to do anything against his breaker because he never used it at raw. He only ever used it whenever he actually managed to land Sarah. Yep, there goes that one. And I believe it's also 3 in a row. No, okay, 2. But yeah, as you can tell, only time he did it, I already lost my assist slot to a block. So this match is over. That's all that mattered. But if you really care about seeing how it ends, I mean, that happened still. I forgot that actually happened still. Anyway, out I go. There are a few losses, but majority of the Orions, they suffered. This counter is just something, it's just a full-on... It's not a counter to Aeon, but it is very much a counter to Orion. And he hates it. Anyway, Sonic Brain Blast. They get swept. Let's see. I believe. There. Nothing happens. But yeah, this one isn't really anything special either. But Lightning Slash does let me run into them for no reason. But it's only at the end. Still. They strike. They dash them forwards. No. No dash forwards. Fine. So that being said, turbo speed is a stagger, and I don't think I ever do. I don't end up using a breaker against it. They never do it. They never do it at the right time. Anyway, they fail this one. They dash forwards. You get knocked back to your corner. You dash back away. Never mind. Apparently I moved wrong, but still. They end up using auto attack, and I just V2 and dash forwards, and then punch them. They're out of energy. And another Orion. Too many blocks again. So it's really questionable. How many Orions I'm going to run in that's just free to use these breaker assists against, especially since the only thing they can do is their strike. Every button they press just results in that. Yeah. Do it again. No. They end up using their strike, which is good. And then I don't pressing the button I was supposed to. I believe I failed to react there. It's not a situation of me not pressing anything. But they do try to hit me with a block. Starling Brain Blast, I believe, gets used right there. And then they fail. And then nothing else happens. They just stand still, they try to block, they get punched out because they ran out of energy that they can actually use. Ah, yes. This guy again. The spammer. The assist spammer. As if that wasn't me for all these matches, actually. Whenever I found an Orion, it was just mostly assist spam. Exploiting Mesogog's buggy situation. That was the whole point. I don't normally do it, but it's an Orion. What do you guys expect? I went through all of this just to make sure that this would happen to them. The main reason it didn't happen sooner is because I didn't experiment. And now he's actually out of premium, so Mesogog users that are on ladder. Exploit it. It'll either get his bug fixed, which I want to happen. Because, you know, he also has a slow fall. He has bad recovery. And not to mention now he has this thing. Not to mention he also takes extra stun duration for getting hit. So, or rather, they do use a stun attack, and he's using the counter. In this case, if it hit me with a strike with a stun, now use the breaker, I will be stunned for double the length. He's got many bugs. Even though this one can be exploited against Orion, this would expose anyway as, oh, we want to prevent anything from beating up our little boy. No, knows Orion. Yeah, popular. That's the excuse for putting him in the shop so often. Anyway, this guy actually swapped. This is still the same one. The assist spammer, you could say. He swapped from Jason to V2. I think his thought process was that V2 has something special about him. Yeah, I know, it's Mesogog. Get fired! And yes, many Orions. And we still got more. Every single time. They're not gonna land what they want. Anyway, start with a breaker assist. I need to remove that block. Yeah, at least they pressed the strike. But this person's name, you can tell they're new. They're also running a block assist and pumpkin wrapper. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So they can end up just trying to block a breaker. You're still not gonna be the first one to press an action. Even if you hit me, I'm going to ignore it. And then they whip. And then I fail to even do anything. But since they're out of energy, they have a kick. Yeah, they do. They don't end up getting anything out of this. It's basically another V2. They press the strike at perfect time, but they get kicked and punched. But we've actually made it to the second last match. Yeah, it's already that. I like that. But still, this one's more of a... This one wasn't actually a proper show of the bug. This one was more of a situation of showing Orion's hitboxes. Yeah. It does actually use the bug still. Just pay attention how Mesogog gets hit. You use V2, or probably Ransom. This is near the end of it. I only barely checked the beginning of it, and you only can't remember. Anyway, look how far that hits. And yet his strike doesn't hit that far. Of all things, that one doesn't. But the breaker has that broken of a hitbox. Glad I'm exploiting. That's exactly what I said in my server when I was saying that happened. Now, this is the Orion that suffered the most. Breaker! Get countered by a breaker. They queue it up. They get countered again. And they block and get zapped. Fire! Into Mesogog rage. And now they can try and do something again. They kick. Since I didn't have a breaker, I wasn't going to respond to anything. With this gone. Yeah, look, pay attention to that bit. That actually goes right over my head. The hitbox of the strike is that weird. But the breaker's just hitting the air and doesn't whip. Yeah. Dom, you're not gonna land it. And Mesogog Rage is gonna knock him out. These aren't cherry-picked. Technically they are to an extent. They're cherry-picked to the point of... How do I put this? All the Orion matches are there. But I skip every other match that didn't actually have the bug happen. For example, it only happened once in the Tobotomy, but that's gonna be the case. Now in here, I'm showing which assist can actually still be used. Dragon Shield Kimberly, as well as, let's see, I do end up having to have a problem there. Psycho Pink, Rancid can be used as well as Eclipta, which I have to scroll back up for. Yeah. I don't end up finding him, so I have to scroll back. There's Gemma as well. That's one I just didn't see at all, even in the post. And Eclipta. There he is. I'm done. There are a bunch of assists you can use, but the main ones I wanted to run here was Rancid, V2, and Psycho Pink is a little inconsistent. Eclipta as well. But yeah. Anything that doesn't keep your position might not help you. And everything that does keep your position, well, that's what happened. V2, Rancid, Gemma. Gemma's a villain, so I didn't want to actually run her with this team. But in this case, this is the bug of Mesogog. Orion suffered. Glad for that. Fix Mesogog, nerf Orion. Pick one anyway. If we just see a fix for Mesogog, then we know you're just doing something on purpose. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this kind of bug review, please make sure to give it a like, comment if there is something you would like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to not miss anything, and your Discord is in the description. Memberships are a thing you can become on, having no thread streams at the end of videos to receive latest thumbnails, as well as join the Raven Adventure Alliance with priority. Anyway, I'll see you in the next Power Rangers video. Goodbye!